Hello, and welcome to today's session, where we'll be discussing high-functioning anxiety, talking about its causes, and what signs exactly to look out for if you suspect yourself or anyone you know may be dealing with this issue. As a bonus, I'm going to be sharing coping techniques for one particularly severe symptom of high-functioning anxiety, which is the idea of perfection. That'll come later on in the video. So for now, I'll just go ahead and explain what exactly high-functioning anxiety means, so it's easier for you to follow through as we progress to other parts of the video. Welcome to our channel, where we talk about the journey to self-development. If you're new here, we trust you're going to love this video. And if you're a subscriber, thank you for coming back. Without further ado, here we go. Essentially, high-functioning anxiety is a type of anxiety disorder that is characterized by intense worry and stress that doesn't necessarily disrupt a person's daily life or routine. People with high-functioning anxiety may appear to be perfectly fine on the outside, but they may struggle with persistent anxiety that can affect their mental and physical well-being. And something else about this type of anxiety is that it often goes unrecognized and can be particularly challenging to manage. Now, let's talk about the causes of high-functioning anxiety. And there is a long list of possible causes, but I'll be focusing on the most common few that I see people experience over and over again. One of these is genetics. Some people may be more prone to anxiety due to their genetics, meaning they have inherited certain traits or characteristics that make them more vulnerable to anxiety disorders. Our genes play a significant role in our mental health and overall well-being, and studies have shown that if a parent has an anxiety disorder, there is a higher likelihood that their child will also struggle with anxiety. But it's important to note that genetics is just one factor in the development of high-functioning anxiety. Environmental influences, such as stress and trauma, can also be contributing factors. So, even if you have a family history of anxiety, it doesn't mean that you are doomed to develop the disorder. However, it's important to be aware of your risk and to take steps to manage your mental health. Another cause of high-functioning anxiety is a history of trauma or abuse. People who have experienced trauma or abuse may be more likely to develop anxiety disorders, as these experiences can trigger the body's fight or flight response and lead to chronic anxiety. It's important to note that those with high-functioning anxiety may appear to be successful and put together on the outside, but can still struggle with constant worry and fear on the inside. They may have a hard time relaxing and may feel like they have to constantly be on top of things. Now, let's talk about how trauma or abuse can contribute to the development of high-functioning anxiety. Trauma is any event that causes psychological, emotional, or physical harm. This can include physical, sexual, or emotional abuse. Trauma can also be caused by natural disasters, accidents, or other life-threatening events. When we experience trauma, our brains and bodies go into survival mode. This is known as the fight or flight response. Our brains release stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, which help us respond to danger by either fighting or running away. This fight or flight response is meant to be temporary, but in some cases, it can be chronic. When this happens, the constant release of stress hormones can lead to the development of anxiety disorders. For those who have experienced trauma or abuse, the effects can be long-lasting. They may struggle with flashbacks, difficulty trusting others, and a constant state of alertness. These symptoms can interfere with daily life and make it difficult to relax and feel at ease. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content about self-development and improving your life. It really helps our new channel, and your kindness will go a long way. The next cause of high-functioning anxiety is a high-stress lifestyle or work environment. People who are constantly under pressure or have demanding jobs or life responsibilities may be more prone to developing high-functioning anxiety. When we're constantly surrounded by stress, whether it's at work, at home, or both, Our bodies respond by releasing stress hormones, like cortisol, which can lead to physical and mental symptoms of anxiety. But here's the thing. Just because we're able to continue functioning at a high level, despite these symptoms, doesn't mean that our anxiety isn't taking a toll on us. In fact, it can often be even more harmful because we may not realize how much our anxiety is impacting us until it's too late. So what can you do to combat high-functioning anxiety caused by a high-stress lifestyle or work environment? It's important to prioritize self-care and make time for activities that help you relax and recharge. This can include things like exercise, hobbies, and spending time with loved ones. You may also need to communicate with your boss or colleagues about your workload and boundaries and ask for help if needed. Moving on to the symptoms of high-functioning anxiety. A common one is perfectionism. A person with high-functioning anxiety might put a lot of pressure on themselves to be perfect in everything they do. They might over-prepare, overthink, and micromanage tasks to make sure everything is just right. This can lead to increased stress and anxiety, even though the person might still be able to complete their tasks and meet expectations. This person simply feels the need to constantly do their best and strive for perfection in every aspect of their life. They may have a hard time delegating tasks or asking for help because they feel like they need to do everything themselves to get things done right. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy and burnout. Another symptom of high-functioning anxiety, closely related to perfectionism, is the inability to relax or take a break. If you are someone who feels guilty or anxious when you're not constantly doing something, or keep getting the urge to fill your schedule with activities and tasks, you might be showing signs of high-functioning anxiety. While your zeal may seem admirable at first glance, it can lead to feelings of exhaustion and not being able to fully enjoy your accomplishments. The next common goal is the constant need for control. A person with high-functioning anxiety might try to control every aspect of their life and the lives of those around them. You'll see this in their organization, their daily routines, and even their relationships. This need for control makes this person feel a sense of panic when things don't go according to plan, and may go to great lengths to try and control every aspect of their environment. This can lead to difficulty in relationships, as they may struggle to trust others and relinquish control. On the surface, someone with high-functioning anxiety may seem like they have their life together. They may have a successful career, but are constantly worried and anxious, struggling to relax and enjoy their day-to-day activities. And like all kinds of anxiety, coping with high-functioning anxiety requires just as much effort, which is why, as a bonus, I'm going to quickly run through some tips for managing perfection if you currently deal with anxiety. First of all, you have to recognize that perfection is an unrealistic and often unattainable goal. No one is perfect, and that's okay. It's important to focus on progress and improvement rather than trying to achieve an impossible standard. One helpful tip for managing the struggle with perfection is to set realistic goals for yourself. It's easy to become overwhelmed when you're trying to do everything perfectly. So you really should set goals that are achievable so you feel more in control and less stressed. Also, practice self-care because taking care of yourself is crucial when you're dealing with high-functioning anxiety. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, eating well, and taking breaks when you need them. When you begin to feel overwhelmed and struggling to manage your perfectionism, seek support from friends, family, or a therapist. At this time, you can really benefit from someone who will provide a supportive and non-judgmental space to work through your struggles. High-functioning anxiety may not be as visible as other forms of anxiety, but it can still have serious consequences if left unchecked. You need to address the root cause of your anxiety and take steps to manage it, and then you can live a happier, healthier life. Thank you for staying put. Sound off in the comments and give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. And if you find this information useful, check out this other video from our channel too. Until next time, we wish you a happy and healthy day.